High school was interesting. My first day of high school was scary. Entering this penitentiary and being surrounded by hundreds of faces that I had never seen before is difficult for a kid who isn't really social. If freshman year had to be described by one word, it'd probably be lonely. Attempting to say hi to the faces that I only somewhat knew made things worse when I didn't even know their name. Needless to say, freshman year was a sad one, but it allowed me to get a good base in school in terms of education. I've never been one to try extremely hard in school, but freshman year I didn't really need to. I just had nothing better to do. I wanted to do something with my high school experience. So, a girl I liked throughout freshman and sophomore year convinced me to join a sport. I thought that maybe joining a sport would help me make new friends and would be fun, so I was like, sure, whatever. So, I joined cross country. I used to hate running because of the fact that I jiggled a lot more back then, and describing that season as embarrassing would probably be a nice way of putting it. I would always look at other runners to see if they would look at me when I ran. Maybe I was just too fat for the team or just not tough enough to run with the rest of these guys. It wasn't until after the season was over that I realized that none of that really mattered. I shouldn't care about what others think of me if I jiggle. Like, what am I supposed to do? Just not jiggle? See, at the same time that was going on, issues that went on at home made me feel even more shy and socially awkward. Not knowing if I was going to stay in the same home or be forced to move was a fear of mine since I was 12. Since my dad wasn't in the picture anymore, our income was split, and it forced us to have to struggle a lot. Eviction was something that was expected but surprising at the same time, like, it all seemed unreal. We ended up moving into my sister's apartment about an hour away and struggled for a month trying to find a home that we could all move into. All of the little things that I used to worry about suddenly didn't matter anymore. Now my main focus was just school, my family, and really my mental health. My family and friends that were close to me were the only things that mattered. I remember the nights that I would stay up late talking to the only friend that really cared and just wondering what was going to happen. Feeling the cool breeze seep in through the slide door that I cracked a little bit but not enough to freeze to death while listening to Kid Cudi was pretty normal every night. Looking back at the situation, I'm glad that it happened. It helped me realize that yes, I was a spoiled kid and yes, things are going to suck, but this is only the beginning. It helped me mature a lot, and it helped me understand how hard things can be and that it's always important to keep those around you close, especially when needed. My junior year was the year that I started taking responsibility. I got a job that was absolutely trash, and town and country, on Larkin, by the way, yeah, burn in hell. I stopped asking my mom for money and started buying my own things. Trying to balance school and work became really difficult during this time because junior year was probably a close second to actually being in hell. I took classes that I didn't even need and just piled things on top of myself that were not necessary at all. Getting up at 7 to go to school and then leaving around 3:30 and working from 4 to 10 every day was pretty tough for me. Stress was at an all-time high, and there were times that I felt like I was just going to collapse from exhaustion. I procrastinate a lot, which didn't really help me at all during this. I remember turning in like 3 labs back to back right at 11:58 or 59 just because of how bad I am at timing things. Hours became so short and everything went by so fast. I was so focused on trying to work on in getting things done that I didn't have any time to enjoy the little things. I learned that you shouldn't always just focus on working on things like school or an actual job. Enjoying the little things and having fun is extremely important to your health. Over spring break earlier this semester, I went camping with a couple of my close friends, and that trip was probably one of the most memorable things I've ever done with my friends. Being out there and being able to do whatever we wanted to and just drive wherever was one of the best feelings. Not a single rule, not a single restriction, just being free. Before going to sleep one of the nights I was there, I started to think about how much I've grown as a person. I started thinking about my past years in high school and just how much I've grown out of my shell. I've had so many freedoms get replaced by responsibilities, but those same responsibilities open up doors to different types of freedoms. My senior year has been my favorite year of high school without a doubt. I started to come out of my shell a lot more, and I have friends that are amazing and hilarious. I've made more good memories my senior year than all my 3 years prior combined. But the past 4 years have been filled with events that have helped me grow and mature as a person. I wouldn't be the person I am today if the hardships that I endured didn't come along with the high school experience.